Hi everyone, welcome back. In this session we are going to talk about Sandbox Proxy Ton Inbound. It's built-in feature to have a ton interface. If you already didn't see the video about ton to socks, a video talking about a manual configuration, how can we bind a ton interface to a proxy, I highly encourage you to watch that video. So make sure you already watched that video because this is a much simpler version. We do not do that much configuration manually. It's done by Sandbox. So going to documentation, inbound, we have one of the inbound is ton interface. I have opened the page, and here is the configuration for inbound. We are going to work with, let me copy outbound stocks, a previous one, to ton JSON. JQ, that's okay. So Vim, open it. We're going to add a new inbound, which is type town. I think, yeah, this is enough to get started with. And then paste it. And then having this, close that, and we should be ready to go. A little bit indentation, and yeah, that's okay. So type is ton, tag is ton inbound, interface name, we can change it, for example, to whatever we want. Previous session we created, for example, ton 33. This session we can, for example, name it ton 22. It doesn't matter really. Also, we can have, like, want to change it to 192.168.22, for example, 2, and IP version 6. We do not need that. That's okay. And also MTU, we can set it to usually 14, so 1400. That's it. And also, if you can see, we have no road here. We also have to have our road. Quickly adding road, we need an object, and that way it doesn't. So an object, and this road has, let me move it up. We have roles, and for roles we have array of roles, and we have to define that the inbound that we have, which is ton in, should go to outbound, which is socks out. Okay, check it, socks out. We have two. So the ton inbound, whatever the request is, comes to ton inbound, should go to the outbound, and here's the IP address that we have. And let's run it. Sandbox run c ton JSON. It doesn't work, and the reason is I'm not root here, so we do not have the privilege to create it. Let me run this. We are going to run the previous one, just the c outbound. It's okay. So, and I have to provide the root access and provide my credentials, and then it's getting up and running. If I check this one, we have the 192.168.2. Let me ping that 192.168.22.1. We have access, and 22 we have access. So the first test we are going to do, also I should show that my policy-based routing is clear. Sending port 80 to the tunnel that we have. So IP role at from all destination port 80 lookup 1000. IP route show table 1000. We don't have any default route. IP route at table 1000 default via 192.168.22.1. We said this is the other endpoint of this tunnel because 2 is our local and 1 is the other side of the tunnel. So IP role show, IP route show, IP route show for table 1000. That's okay. So we come here and we say curl http API ipfi.org echo, and we see it doesn't work. But if we change it to HTTPS, it works. So what's the problem? I figured out that Sandbox does a different thing when we add the ton interface. So previous session, or the session talking about ton to socks, we created 192.168.33.2, and the pair, or the other part of the tunnel, was 162 and then 33 and 1. For Sandbox, if we add this, it doesn't work. So let me test it another way. For example, we can ping right now 192.168.22.1. It's available, which is the other part of the tunnel, other end of the tunnel. Here's 2 and here's 1. But if I say SSH tunnel interface root 192.168.22.1, which is the other side of the tunnel, 1111, it doesn't work. But if I close the connection and change it to 1, I mean leave it to 1, which is the default to 1, I mean on the configuration is also 1 with 30, so 2 hosts. If I change it to 1 and run it again, now it's 1, and I can connect to 1. No, because there's no connection on this. But the end, the other part of the tunnel is 2, and I connect to the tunnel. So probably this is an internal configuration or policy or whatever it is, but it seems that we have to use the 1 for the sandbox, not 2 as I did it for the tunnel socks. So this is the catch, or this is the point we should be careful with that. So if I use the 2, then it goes to the tunnel, the request. So that's the split tunnel we already tested. Let me check it, update this as well. For example, I said the default role should be 1, but I changed it to 2. So a table, replace it, and then run the curl this time, HTTPS directly, and HTTP goes to the tunnel. So 2 tests, 1 forwarding just a port through the tunnel, and then having a switch over a split tunnel works. So let's do something else. Let's IP role flush table 1000 IP role. Let's do a full tunnel with the sandbox proxy and then a user tunnel, just the user one. So we are going to have a full tunnel, and for that we need to add auto route true. So as we did with tunnel 2. So let me close sorry, let me close this and open this, and then saying that after MTU I say the auto route true, which means figure out the route for me, and then having the of all the system wide should go to the tunnel. And if you can remember, for the privatization we said if we do not exclude ourselves, the server, that the endpoint we can connect to. So I have to also exclude the route. So route exclude. So exclude route address. I also need this configuration. So auto route true, and then comma, and then exclude the route that we have, which is no IP6, and route that we have is this IP address, this IP address 32. So exclude this route as well for us, because we want to have a full tunnel, everything except the server itself. So let's run it. Wow, everything goes to the tunnel, you can see. So HTTP goes to the tunnel, HTTPS goes to the tunnel, and if I do a dig, it goes to the tunnel. And if I do the same thing here on root, also let me curl, it goes to the tunnel, HTTPS, HTTP, and if I do dig, everything goes to the tunnel. So that was a full route that we did also with tunnel 2 socks. Let's stop it and do a user based routing, which is include user ID. So so full route we remove. We do not remove this, it's okay. We also have a user based one, and my user ID is 1000. So we do a full route for user ID excluding this route, this IP address that we are going to connect to. Let's run it. This one goes to the tunnel, the crawl goes to the tunnel, HTTPS, HTTP goes to the tunnel, but root shouldn't, so it doesn't go to the tunnel. It's my real IP address. HTTPS is also my real IP address. So root doesn't go to the tunnel, but this user ID IDU, it goes to the tunnel. And we can look at the rule policies. It's quite complex, much complex than what they did previous session, but I think this inbox does that this way. So also we have, for example, IP role show table 2022, which is the default one. That you can also change the table IDs. You can see the priorities for the table, so it does this with the easily. I mean, you do not have to do it manually with ton 2 socks as we did the previous session. So that was the also overview of the ton inbound interface, and it's really simple. We can use the user ID or the full tunnel system wide, or having a port or having a split tunnel with the SSH1 for security. And hopefully it is clear and simple and easy to do. So thank you for watching. Let's go to next session.